hell do I change?
Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Central Mafia's PitchIT 2026 series. And I'm excited for this week because we have a special guest this week filling in for Sean Lardo. Before I bring him on, I want to talk a little bit about PitchIT and make sure you guys know PitchIT is a 16-week accelerator PitchIT like Shark Tank competition where there's top 3 prizes, get to compete on a final stage at IT Nation Connect Global. And it's going to be exciting because there are 24 contestants this year, I think it was. And it's 16 weeks is grueling and it's exciting. It's got a lot of learning, a lot of education, a lot of coaching in that. So let me bring on Juan Mack.
Hello.
How's it going, Juan?
Good. I've seen this intro, I don't know how many times, and I just realized that I'm on that video.
Exactly. So we're here to talk about PitchIT, but before we jump into that, I really want to talk about Central Mafia user group and you kind of leading that and with just gathering communities. So tell us a little bit about what Central Mafia is all about.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first of all, happy to be here and be part of this experience with the 2 contestants that we have today. So Central Mafia is an MSP community. It's built by MSPs. So we have an advisory council that is pure MSP driven. All the content that we do and provide for our members comes from their feedback. We're vendor neutral. So when we talk to our vendors is we want to teach, not pitch. So our goal is really to bring MSPs together through education. So we have a large, network of MSP partners, and what we do is we bring them all together. So we have 4 meetups right now a year. We have one over
September.
In September 17th is going to be our first one that's coming up over in Burr Ridge. And then after that, on October 8th, we'll be over in Anaheim. So it's a full day of getting everybody together to talk with. It's amazing when you get in a room and you ask different questions or just bring up different topics. How all the MSPs would like to share their best experience or maybe the challenges that they're having. And it's amazing how much we learn, and then we just bring our vendors as the knowledge experts. To bring their content and their knowledge and how they're able to actually solve some of those issues. But it really goes back and forth. And I think that the really nice thing about this, it's a free community for MSP. So all the things that we offer is no cost to them. So they'll coming over to our meetups. And then also we have live streams. So we have 2 live streams every month. And also to keep the conversations going, we have what we call open mics.
Nice.
We just get together and we just see what's happening. So super excited to be here also, and for the picture when we're talking on the back there in the green room. We talked that we working with Sean directly. We always supported the event. Promoting it when it gets closer to the competition, and also bringing those finalists as part of our live stream so they can expose to the whole MSP community what the value that they bring to them.
Awesome. Definitely. So we're going to bring each contestant on individually first so we can meet them as people, right? We're all about those real conversations, get to know them as individuals. Hear, why they built the companies or started the companies or operating within the companies, and understand the real problems they're solving for MSP space. There's a lot of problems in the space, and, how does the software solution meet that. Right. Then we'll bring them on stage together and get through and talk about not just the tools, but how they are operators behind the scenes and what the experience like is in PitchIT. So first, I'm going to go start off with Susan from Aportio. Hopefully I said that right.
You got it. Yeah, you got it.
Awesome. So Susan, if you could tell us a little bit about yourself and who are you behind, the company?
Right. So I'm calling in at bright early 6:05 a.m. from New Zealand. So so you guys are going to have to be entertaining to keep me awake, right? The accent isn't Kiwi, so if anybody's wondering, I am Canadian by background, but I've been here for a very long time. My kids were born here, and they're 28 and 25, so I've been here for a while. And this is where really I learned the business of MSPs. And we know that MSPs are all sort of fighting the same battles. They need to automate things. They need to fix those repetitive tasks. They need efficient, effective salespeople, and they need really good stuff to sell. And Aportio has been around in this region here in New Zealand, Australia, with a scattering of US customers for now 6 years live with our first product, Inbox Agent. We've been looking at ways of solving the problems for MSPs. I mean, like any elephant, we just take one piece at one little piece at a time. And we know this that our time in the MSP. So some years ago now, so Scott Green was with an MSP. He's my co-founder. He was promoted to CEO. The founder went on the board, and they brought me in as CFO. It was a 20-year-old MSP. The founder had turned down an offer for sale of the company. So our job was to fix that and change the value. So 4 years later, was twice what it had been in any of the previous 20 years, and we sold the business for twice the offer that was turned down. And that was all about process, sales enablement, and great products. And that's what we're focusing on, and that's the blueprint for Aportio. So we are still just starting out, even though we're 6 years old. We're still just starting out. We're still in this region. We're looking to move into the North American region, and we'll talk about it when we talk about why we're in PitchIT. And so the product set right now is Inbox Agent, which is a new take on the way we do email management. It actually works. It does every email. We've been doing it for 6 years. We know exactly what the problems are with email. The second product that we launched last year was Easy Catalog, which is a quoting tool, but it's not a CPQ because it's enabling salespeople with discovery tools. And the one that we're doing in stealth right now that we're going to be bringing to IT Nation is a shared inbox management tool for MSP's customers. So a cool tool that they can sell to their customers. So far, that's 3 tools that we've got: process, sales enablement, and great products. And there'll be more to come over the years.
Yeah,
but that's very nice. Right.
So last question, then we got to move on to our next contestant here. And so what really drove you to personally build or work part of Aportio?
Right. So I think I've always wanted to run my own business, but family and everything, and never got around to it. But it was years ago when we sold the MSP that we were at. Scott and I said we will one day get back together and do something that solves some of those problems that we see in the industry, which is, a lot of solutions sort of almost fix the problem, but don't quite get there. And that's what we set out to do is fix those problems that are not completely being solved. Just a love for trying to solve problems. I'm a fixer and doing that as a CFO, and it's been great fun to do it as a business and trying to do it for MSPs more generally.
Awesome. Okay. Appreciate it. Well, that's really, really great. So I'm going to put you in the green room and we'll bring on our next contestant. Come on down. That's like Bob Barker. So Tyler with TechAlign, how are you doing?
Awesome, Adam. How are you doing?
Doing fantastic. It's a wonderful day out here in Evergreen. Just got stuck in a little traffic and was rushed back here. But right. I made it on time.
You did?
Yep. So tell us a little about yourself. Who are you, Tyler?
Yeah. My name is Tyler Smith, and I'm 28 years old out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Also very hot here today, like it is across the United States. I work for an MSP myself currently as a managed lead, and I just love tinkering with everything. So that's about me.
let's dig into that a little bit. So you're working at MSP and you're like, I have this problem. I figure out how to solve it. So that's what drove you to create TechAlign, and talk a little bit about that journey.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm kind of responsible for technical delivery, and as a part of that role, I didn't have anything to start with. It was kind of like, hey, deliver reports to our customers. So as I started like kind of understanding how we should do that, kind of just understanding what needed to be done, and that's kind of like where TechAlign drove is finding what we need to review for the customer, and how to get to the next step with them, kind of get a little more sticky with those customers. So
nice. Juan, you got anything?
I always love it when I hear the story when somebody is, found a problem and is able to solve that, right? And it's like, I have such a good solution that I am able now to deliver that to other people.
Yeah.
So,
Really solid. Because I think a couple weeks ago we had like an 18-year-old who wants to be super efficient, and I was like, wow, you created a tool to stop doing this other thing that saved you 20 hours a week. Wow, that's incredible. Yes. So it's just like, hey, frees up time to do other things, right?
Exactly. That was kind of what it was born from. It was like, why am I doing this? This seems like a waste of time. There's got to be a better way to do this. So
yeah, there's got to be a term for that. Maybe lazypreneur. Like you're going to work your butt off to free up your time. I don't know. Is that a thing?
I do see that with lazy people. They try to find shortcuts, and it's like, that's the way you got to think of it. Try to remove the process.
Yeah. So. Awesome. Okay. So just give us, TechAlign. Just give a little bit more detail on that, the company, what it does.
Yeah. So we founded in October of 2025, so just last year. And what it was kind of born as was initially the delivery of reporting every quarter for our customers, and that's kind of turned into a little bit more of a salesy play now, and I'll get more into that later, but right now, running reviews on your existing customers, from those reviews you kind of get findings that show what are the gaps in that organization, and tie that based on your technical stack, and then during a review showing where you're at with projects, what you can propose, and where your customers should be going with their technology journey.
Fantastic. Any follow-up questions, Juan? Nope. Do you have any? Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead. Thank you, Tyler, for that. I'm going to go ahead and bring Susan back on here, and there we go, and turn off these banners. So awesome. Thank you guys both for that. Great intros. Love the stories. Love the journeys. Love to learn about you guys individually. So PitchIT. Let's start off with Susan. Let's start off with you, and let's talk about, what drove you to kind of want to apply to PitchIT and be part of the program.
So this is our second time. We did it 2 years ago.
Okay.
And 2 years ago, it was really about trying to understand anything about the market. So we really didn't. I didn't know much about the MSP market in the US, and how it works and who the players are. And so PitchIT was a really good way of really just learning. So it was all about learning. We didn't win anything. I don't think we deserved it after our presentation, but certainly that wasn't the point of it. The point of it was really just to come in and learn about the market, learn about how to market people, and there's just some amazing presenters in that. And at that point, Scott, my co-founder, did all the podcasts. So this was the first time doing all the podcasts. But this year we're ready to get into the market. So this year, what we're learning is very different. It's very specific. I'm taking really clear, detailed notes on, okay, we got to do this. And Jay had a really good presentation the other day about it isn't easy. You have to do all these different things, and all those things are being covered in various areas. So it's all about learning about the market, getting to know people, and I'm still in contact, obviously, with the cohort from 2 years ago. I feel we got along really well. I expect the same with this cohort. So
yeah, for sure. Tyler, what about yourself applying to PitchIT?
Yeah, so I initially found out about PitchIT as we were building our ConnectWise integration, kind of working with the ConnectWise team, they said, it sounds like you guys are an early startup, and we have this program, PitchIT, that is available to kind of up and coming vendors. So that's really what kind of got me excited into it. Looked at kind of previous year cohorts and some of the conversations they've had and some of the deliverables that they had. And I thought it was, just like Susan said, super valuable in just knowledge of industry, outside of just winning a competition like this, more or less getting all the knowledge from being in the sessions.
Yeah, very cool.
Awesome. Yeah, it's interesting. I just came off a quick call that I was having, and we were talking about AI in building and buying inside of organization. A lot of organizations are actually, thinking about like, hey, I can probably build this. So I want to, like, from an operations perspective, like, you guys are both using, bringing AI tools into the delivery of your solutions. When you explain this to MSPs, like, what do you think it's the biggest shift, or how do you position that for current MSPs to use you guys' products?
Definitely, I can go first. And I had this conversation even with my kind of MSP that I'm working for, and also other MSPs that we've talked with, is why can't you, in today's age, build an internal product yourself to solve these kind of problems? And I think it really lies down to the responsibility of maintaining a platform and iterating on it, and being responsible. So if you're focused on being an MSP, delivering your services to your customer, I don't think you necessarily would want to be responsible and maintain an internal application, being a kind of a software vendor on top of it for your own internal processes. I think that's kind of a disadvantage to yourself, having to worry about that on top of the already services that you're delivering for your customers. Nice. So kind of passing the responsibility to a vendor where you can have a relationship with them, focusing solely on maintaining their platform, updating and stuff like that.
Focus on your core and the things you're good at, right?
Exactly.
Customer
service. I don't think that argument has changed. Just because coding is a little bit easier in Vibe, with Vibe coding and other AI tools, the build versus buy argument is the same as it always was. Is this the core thing you do, where serving customers your core thing to do? And I think that argument is exactly as it always was. I mean, I've got one customer that we lost because they decided to build all their own CRM, and you're kind of going, really?
Yeah.
That's what you think is core to providing services to your customers? Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I think there's also a lot of underlying things around that. Like, you have to now worry about compliance. It's maintaining, staying up to date with all the different tools, changes in the industry. I think it puts a lot of pressure on the MSP, and we should rely on the experts like you guys, to provide those solutions.
Yeah, just because you can does not mean you should necessarily.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's very, very true.
Very true, Tyler.
So let's talk a little bit about what personal lessons you guys might have taken from PitchIT on your journey so far. So this is Susan. This is your second year in PitchIT. What does that journey look like, and is there something different you've learned this time?
Yeah, I guess it's more the focus of what I'm looking at, because last time it was just information overload, just trying to get everything, learn everything. Now it's really exactly what we do. What are the things you have to do to go to market? How do you have that talking to MSPs, and remembering that every MSP is just like the MSP we were in. We're actually trying to do a great job for our customers. Make good money, because that kind of is a measure of you're doing a great job for your customers and your staff, even if that's not your retirement plan. But eventually you're going to try to do something. So we're making sure that we bring those conversations. As a CFO, obviously, that's the language I speak, is profitability. But
yep.
but remembering to do that in a way that helps people understand how this is going to help them with profitability. So those are probably the two biggest learnings, to just keep reiterating that in their language.
Yeah, for sure. Tyler, what about yourself?
Yeah, kind of this community has made me more personally understand relationships and the interaction between us as kind of the cohort. I felt it was very business professional all the time, 24/7 with each other, and having more of sometimes a relaxed stance makes you more comfortable with everyone. And and being able to kind of talk more freely with each other. And I feel like information does flow much easier that way. And it makes you relate with everyone. So
for sure. I mean, Sean Lardo definitely is,
Yes.
he's brings the unprofessionalism, I guess. Maybe. I don't know if that's.
Yeah, he relaxes the room for sure.
He relaxes the room.
He does.
I don't know. Unprofessionalism. It's like
or fires him up. I don't know.
Is he actually involved in all these sessions and all the sessions that you go through?
Oh,
I cannot imagine.
Yeah, majority.
Yeah. Fantastic leader, and I just
Yes.
love hearing that as we go through PitchIT and all the past 5 years. Sean and I have been doing this together. Just it's co-opetition, right? You guys are in competition, but you also are cooperating and seeing how you guys can work together and evolve and grow and scale. And that's really, really super important. All those different learnings in the 16 weeks. It's grueling. A lot of work in between and understanding and tweaking and changing, all for 5 whole minutes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And this kind of process made me comfortable with kind of not knowing it all and like not having a finalized, polished version right now. Kind of going through and understanding and learning as we go and learn kind of makes me more comfortable as should I be adjusting this? Should, taking feedback from presenters and stuff like that and tweaking kind of our position.
Yeah. No, I think not only that, but Tyler, I mean, you get the you bring your new company into the MSP world. You not only get all that knowledge that the PitchIT program brings to you, but now you're also able to collaborate and learn from people like Susan that brings this experience and been through this process already.
Exactly.
To help you grow and provide this to put your word out there.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. Juan, any other questions you might have?
So definitely, you guys provide different, trying to solve different solutions. And Susan, I love the fact that you did mention one thing that when you present this, you'd have to talk to the MSPs about profit, right? So it's impacting operations, and there's all these things that are happening with MSPs. Without, with all the things that we're facing right now, from your perspective of the solutions that you solve, what is one message? What is one thing that you think you can tell to MSPs so they can probably focus on or implement right away in order to move the needle?
And I think the problem is there is no silver bullet, and I think that and that's the learning that I have from the years of company improvement projects that I've been on. There's no silver bullet. It's the 4%. It's a little bit here, a little bit there. So the bad news is you have to focus on everything. The bad news is there isn't a silver bullet. You can't just choose one thing and go, that's just going to change your life for you. But it also means that it's not a single person that has to do everything. You can spread the load across the organization. Everybody, if you have a culture where everybody's looking for little things to improve, and everybody is involved in that process, it multiplies itself. So so getting a culture that says, take chances, make improvements, will give you the safety net so you don't mess things up. But just that, making everyone feel that they should be part of this, just choose something that changes your life 4% today is enough, kind of thing. So so no silver bullet. Lots of little changes, but it's a cultural thing that you need to change.
Yeah, you were generous with that 4%. I always tell them 1%.
Yeah.
1% change every single time.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing is Susan, I think just you mentioned it's mindset.
Yeah.
Because that will drive a lot. The cultural changes, there's a ton of little dials that need to be tweaked, but it's that mindset. 2 degrees. So that's the first person actually on this podcast to actually mention kind of that cultural thing. So, awesome. Tyler, what about you?
Yeah. I think kind of taking a look at maybe top 3 valuable clients that you have and seeing where a gap is that's causing reactive kind of chaos in your organization. As an MSP, what product or solution that you have right now should be in place? Is there a gap that is existing that you need to fill to bring down that reactive chaos is ideally what you should do.
Yeah. Coming from an engineer, I like it.
That's what I need to adjust, maybe.
No, it's actually
No.
It makes it real.
It's a big deal. So because it's real, because you're living as an engineer day to day, and you're like, hey, how can I look at my top 3 clients that I'm servicing, that I'm the guy who has to drive the truck to go on site to do whatever X, Y, and Z. How do I make that easier, simpler? And then that's actually growth and scale in its own different way that affects you as engineers. And a lot of business owners in MSP space, the smaller business owners, are engineers' mindset. I started out as an engineer myself. Suddenly I grew into an executive. Suddenly now I'm doing sales, and now I'm having to actually lead these various different groups and public speaking. And it's just the evolution, if you will.
Yep.
So, but you're solving a real need for a lot of engineers and a lot of different people and a lot of business owners in this space. So, yeah, I like that.
Tyler, I've been on the other side. I've been a customer of MSPs more often than being in the MSP world. And the engineers that want to take away the chaos, they're taking it away from me as well. So it's it is actually hugely valuable. Don't underestimate how much your customers see the chaos that is happening in your organization.
Yeah. Keith is actually watching. Imagine that. He's our #1 viewer all these years. But as an industry, we must create reactionary relationships because we do not provide services that provide business outcomes. Right? This is a pretty cool statement. It's pretty good. It's pretty valid. So once we create solutions, we become proactive and reduce stress. So at the end of the day, we want to reduce stress with the solutions and the PitchIT and reduce the constant chaos, if you will, putting out fires. And that's we'll hear what PitchIT exists in the competition in this space. So appreciate Keith for actually a valid comment. I won't share your other ones though. So let's talk a little bit about PitchIT. As we prepare for the final PitchIT stage, or the final 5 minutes, if you will, what is one part of your product or message that you are most focused on sharpening right now? So Tyler, let's start off with you.
I think the sharpest thing, bringing it back to just being a technical person at nature, is perfecting that value prop for the solution. I feel like I can speak all day to the technical and the greatness of that side of it, but really positioning it more on the other side of the sales side. And I think that one of the first sessions, I believe it was Adam from Threat Captain, I believe, when he went through PitchIT, he mentioned that his solution started up as a technical solution and ended up being pivoting to a sales side. And I think that kind of through that, as our process is going through this process here, is kind of leading our solution that side as well, which is kind of spearheading to this final pitch, kind of adjust the way we're positioning the marketing for it. So, and what the product is actually doing, of course.
And you've probably done more public speaking in the past 2 months than you ever have in the past few years.
This is extremely true.
That's good. You're becoming polished. I like it.
It never gets easier.
It does get easier, and then time gets crunched, and it's like, oh, I got to finish, and then you start mixing up names. So Susan, what about yourself? What's the one thing you're focused on preparing for this final pitch?
It's trying to bring that story together. Why are we doing all these different things? And because we have taken on a lot of different aspects of this business process improvement initiative that we've got. So it's trying to bring that together in a way that's coherent, and MSPs can understand the different parts of what we do and which of those are most interesting. Obviously, we need we're moving forward on this other product that we're launching now. So I need to focus on, the goal is to get to IT Nation with some real references from potential customers of the MSPs and bring that to them to drive that. So those are the 2 things we need to do. We need to get those references of the product, the new product, and really hone that messaging on how this all fits together and why we're doing all of this.
Awesome.
There's a lot of things I think you guys are learning throughout this whole program, right? As vendors are bringing your product into the market, into the MSP space, getting people to know it. Now, from an MSP, like for all the MSPs out there, they're like watching. What are those lessons learned that you guys have gathered that you think MSPs can apply? Because I think this applies to both of you since you have that MSP experience, right? It's like, what have you learned so far that, for myself, like you want to give me an advice as an MSP, one of the things that you think I can implement to improve my operations?
Susan?
So I think we spent some time looking at maturity. We did a survey that was mainly for MSPs, and looked at the maturity of different parts of the business. And I think that I can't remember what it was called, and Sam might be remember if he's listening. It was the questionnaire that we did that looked at different the different aspects of the business. And I think that it's every MSP will have slightly different things that they really need to work on right now. And that will determine it. But it is just those three things: get your processes right, get your sales right, get your products right, and every MSP will be in a different part of that journey. But knowing where you are and which category you fit into, because it's really important that everybody in the MSP knows where you are. Are you trying to grow to be $100 million company, or are you guys happy at the position you are? And I think that survey brought out that everybody needs to know, like everybody on I think some of the stories were that people did that with their executive teams, and they found how that there was such a difference between different people on the team as to who they thought they were wanting to be. And I think getting that alignment on your executive team is, this is something we really focused on at Axon when we were doing that, is getting alignment. Everybody knew where we were. They didn't necessarily know that's what they joined, but now this is where we are. So if you've got a CEO that thinks they're going to be $100 million business and everybody else is sitting there thinking, well, million's enough, you're going to have a different kind of, so that, I think that alignment would be the one I'd recommend, and that tool is a really good way to use it.
Yeah, great plugging in for definitely the service leadership index there.
Yeah, only when you're a coach.
Sorry.
Again.
Yeah, understand where you are, where you want to be, and also different perspective, right? Because sometimes you'll see some, a lot of numbers there, and you might think it's like, I never thought about looking at that in that particular way, and now you compare yourself to others within the industry.
Yeah. I think of it being like, instead of thinking of it as what are your obligations, what is it, what part of the engine are you in, and driving, kind of spearheading everything together, instead of this is only my obligation, that's all I'm doing. I don't know how it fits into everywhere else. Really bringing that engine together is what's needed.
Awesome. Tyler, anything else? I forgot your question, Juan. The one thing.
Yeah, from a learning experience, what's one thing that advice that I can give to MSPs, right, that are listening to this, and for those MSPs out there listening, they are going to IT Nation and watch the final pitches. Why should they go to this? Like, what do you guys like tell to other MSPs? Like, come over and see what the product of the PitchIT program looks like. And what they can get out of that. That's my other other question here.
You want to take it, Tyler?
Yeah. So I appreciate both you guys. Do you guys have anything else to fill in? So no. It's all quiet.
No, we'll let you ask the questions.
Well, I mean, it's 35 after we usually wrap up now, so we're wrapping up. So I just final close. Any thoughts, Susan? Just wrapping up.
Look, no, I really appreciate Adam and Juan your time to help us. Fundamentally, I mean, you're helping the community, obviously, but you're helping us to get out to the community. Tyler, it's been fun listening to your perspective. So
likewise, I appreciate you.
Nice. Tyler, anything else to add?
Yeah, I mean, you guys are great. Thanks for the time here, Juan. Nice meeting you.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll see each other.
Yes.
Some upcoming events. We'll we'll grab a drink.
And the Central Mafia meetup is in, you said Burr Ridge?
Yes, Burr Ridge, Illinois.
Here, I can go ahead and put it across the bottom as a little banner.
Yes.
It's on the 17th.
There you go.
Show up.
Yes, I don't know
Show
if you have the other website out there, but like I said, registration is free for all MSPs. And all you have to do is, there you go to centralmafiaug.com and just register for the event. And that also give you access to, stay up to date with all of our upcoming live streams, open mics, and where we're going to be going next.
Awesome. It's always great to meet founders and operators like these two here, and just building the tools, but solving real problems in the space, which I really love. At Central Mafia, we believe strong MSPs are built on strong leadership with disciplined operations, and both these tools help out with that. So what we heard today is really about, not just being consultants and just, and making sure, I just drew not just contestants, but delivering real results for MSPs. And it just comes from operating a business better. It's exciting. So if you're joining us live, thank you for showing up. And then this will be replayed, and join us next week. We'll be on again, talking to two more contestants, and have Sean back. Juan, thank you very much. Susan and Tyler. It's been awesome. It's been a pleasure. Thanks very much.
Pleasure.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Okay,
bye.
bye.